Good morning and happy Monday, everyone. Welcome to the fall 2020 semester. Welcome all Eagles, both new and current, and well, I should include returning because we do have many students returning to the classroom, although it is virtual. So happy Monday morning. Welcome back to your semester here at HCC. It's going to be a great day. I just know it. I feel it in my bones. Before we get started, I want to welcome my co-host for today, Miss Raquel Sims from Stafford METV. Good morning, Raquel.
Good morning, beautiful. How are you doing? I hope you had a great week this weekend.
Absolutely. Yes, ma'am. I hope you did as well. And Raquel, we're going to come talk to you later in the show. But before we introduce our other two very special guests on this morning edition of Up to the Minute, be sure to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And do not forget to follow us, or rather subscribe to us on YouTube and hit that notification bell so you can be the first to find out the latest from us over here at HCCTV. And also be sure to share this podcast. We want to obviously share this great information to everyone, but also we want to grow our audience. So getting right into it, let us introduce our two very special guests. Both are very busy women. We're so appreciative for them to be here today. From Student Services, our Vice Chancellor, Dr. Shantay Grays. Good morning, Dr. Grays.
Good morning, Brittany. Good morning, everyone. It's a pleasure to be here, as always. Excited about our conversation today on how we're going to start our new fall semester.
Absolutely. We're excited to speak with you in just a second, but also we're going to welcome our Associate Vice Chancellor of Enrollment Management and Success, Indra Paola. Good morning, Indra.
Good morning, Brittany, and good morning, everyone. Thank you for having us here today.
We are so very, very excited to have you both on today's edition of Up to the Minute, because as we've already stated, it is the beginning of the semester, and you are all here to help us navigate through the challenges of education for our students in this continuing age of COVID. Now, Dr. Grays, I want to begin with you. Classes are obviously underway. We know that many have already enrolled, but we thought you would just go ahead and give us a little brief recap of what the fall schedule is going to look like for our students.
Thank you. Absolutely, Brittany. And I do want to remind students, although today is officially the first day of class, all of our classes will begin remotely. That means you have the luxury of sitting at home in your pajamas, hopefully with an appropriate waist-up attire so that you are actively engaged and involved in classroom discussions. But that is to really protect the safety of all of our students, our faculty and staff. We have continued to see the numbers fluctuate here in Houston as it relates to the number of COVID cases. So we thought it would be prudent to, and in the best interest of all, to ensure that we are ensuring the safety of all of our faculty, staff, and students. So we have 4 learning modalities that will support your virtual learning experience this semester. The first is the Flex Campus. For many students who have decided that they still need some level of face-to-face interaction, we wanted to be able to accommodate that. Albeit we are starting the first 6 weeks remotely, we will be able to make those adjustments as we identify a safe return, hopefully in October is what we're planning. Again, that's all contingent upon the CDC requirements, but giving students the ability to interact with class members in a very small and socially distanced learning environment, and also be able to engage with their faculty and instructors as well. We have a number of services that we're going to talk a little bit about. Brittany, I could go on and on. I'm just excited about the start of the semester and what we hope to be a really safe and healthy semester for everyone involved this year.
Absolutely. And one question that we have been receiving very frequently is questions in regards to, now, do all classes report remotely for the start of the semester? Because we do have students who are obviously enrolled in the Flex Campus as well as lab-based courses. So to reiterate to our students, yes, all classes, including those 2 modalities that I just mentioned, will be reporting to online classes for the first 6 weeks. Now, with hopefully we will return for in-person instruction beginning October 5th. Is that correct, Dr. Grace?
That is correct, Brittany. We do have a couple of classes, and those students are, they've already been identified. There are a couple of programs that are on campus because these are students who needed to complete their lab-based coursework over the summer. So very limited number, again, even for those students. We are still monitoring a weather event. We're in Jumanji. I think this is now level 6 if you watch the show, right? So on top of COVID, we're now dealing with what may be an impending hurricane. So I'm asking all students to be weather aware and watch the website for updates as well as it relates to how we're going to continue and close out those classes as well.
Absolutely. So, but with those lab-based courses that we are having, we're limiting those class sizes to no more than 9 students in total.
That is correct. 9 students with 1 faculty member or instructor. That will, again, allow us to safely and properly socially distance, still by giving students that hands-on lab-based experience that they need to support their learning.
And will anything change for our students who are enrolled in our online anytime or online on a schedule?
No, we do not expect any changes. That's the commitment. So you'll have faculty who will, again, continue to be engaged. We know that our faculty have also committed to providing that quality office hours, even in a remote environment. We know that it's difficult for a lot of our students. So we're doing all we can to ensure that we have the proper supports to ensure our student success this semester.
And speaking of our support, Dr. Grays, one thing that we've been pushing is the Zoom room through our virtual lobby. And now that classes are in session, will we continue to offer that resource to our students?
We will, and Dr. Pelaez, I'll also allow her to speak a little bit more intently about that, but we will. It's a service that this is our new normal, and we know that our students are expecting to receive some level of engagement. So while we know that the traffic is extremely heavy right now, so we're asking students to be patient with us, but we do foresee that continuing service to continue for years to come. It's just that it's out of necessity, a need at this point.
And I'm glad you said that, Dr. Grace, because we've had a lot of students who have sent us direct messages or tweeted at us saying, I've been on the phone, I've been waiting, I'm trying to get through, and I just can't. And I understand, as a former student myself, but the fact that you just said it, we're going through a lot, obviously as the semester begins, we're experiencing a high volume of calls, emails, virtual lobby requests. So to get through those hundreds, on a daily basis, it's taking some time, and students, pack some patience. It's going to be okay. We're going to work through this together, and your patience obviously is very much appreciated at this time. Dr. Grays, what should students expect as they begin their fall classes?
I think we've got a number of outstanding things ready to go. I'm going to allow Dr. Pelaez to speak a little bit more about where we are and how students can plan accordingly, and then we'll just circle back.
Thank you, Dr. Grays. Yes, as we continue to navigate through this pandemic, we ask our students, for flexibility because things are subject to change at any moment based on CDC guidelines and state and local requirements. So as we mentioned, all classes will meet remotely for the first 6 weeks, regardless of the learning option. And if a student selected a flex campus or lab-based learning modality, they will need to complete a COVID-19 training that will be part of their checklist items inside their student center. So make sure that you log into your student center and click on other checklist items and complete that, because you won't be able to come in when it comes to your time to come in person. As we begin our classes online, we are asking our students to log into their courses by going to eagleonline.hccs.edu. We are expecting students to attend classes regularly by logging into Canvas and adhering to the established schedule that the professor has set for the classes. Remember, if you don't participate regularly, you are subject to being withdrawn from your class for non-attendance. And if there's a special or unique circumstance that's preventing you from participating actively, please communicate with your professor so that they can support you throughout this journey in this pandemic time.
Absolutely. And I've said it before, and I'll say it many times over as a former student. I can't stress the importance of having an open communication with your instructors as well as your classmates, because you obviously need someone to support you as you go through your courses. But obviously, it's so important for students to take that initiative and say, okay, if I don't see this in my Canvas, what's going on? Let me reach out to my instructor and see, did I miss something or what have you. Just continue that open communication and you'll be successful. Indra, I wanted to ask, what should a student do if they need internet or laptop or computer to support their learning? Because I know that's a hot commodity right now for everyone.
Absolutely. So we have a student toolkit on the main webpage where there is a section for free and reduced cost of technology, and students are eligible to go to one of our campuses, parking lots, and access Wi-Fi. We have discount computers and Wi-Fi available as well, and free software for students. So please, log in to see the toolkit, to see the resources. If anyone has any questions, feel free to reach out to us via the Zoom lobby, and we can redirect you to the content where you have that information available.
And we'll be sure to put weekly posts of everything that you just stated about reduced cost laptops, the outdoor Wi-Fi that's now available to our students. So be on the lookout for that, everyone. How can students purchase textbooks and other learning materials?
Sure. Students can purchase their textbooks online through our HCC bookstore, hccs.bncollege.com. Our bookstore is offering free shipping with all orders over 25, or you can always wait for your professor to let you know what other alternatives are available for the class.
Absolutely, because if you're lucky enough to have an instructor who says, you know what, you don't need a textbook because I'm going to provide everything, take advantage of that. It's great.
Indra, I want to go back to the technology. I don't want to, before we get too far ahead, I do want to share. I do know that for many of our students, really the finances is a bit of a challenge, right? We've got a loss of income. Many have been impacted by the current state of the economy. So I do want to share and encourage students to regularly monitor the HCC COVID-19 resources website, as well as visit our financial aid website. The administration has set aside funds that will we have a meeting later this week to discuss how we're going to prioritize the purchase of some form of equipment for our students. While our bookstores have a laptop loaner program, many of our students have exhausted those resources. So you may see that on our website, but those resources are exhausted. Students who needed them got them, and we wanted to continue to learn to support their learning. So we do not have laptops to loan at this point, but we are working on a plan that we hope to have some good news to update to our students later this week. The Board of Trustees has financially made a commitment to support our students with scholarships. So we're trying to figure out the best way that we can put devices into the hands of our students. So that information will be more forthcoming. Students, check your email because you will receive an updated notice about how to apply and receive that kind of support if necessary.
Absolutely. Thank you, Dr. Grays. I know it's tough for everyone, especially those who are, coming back to school and they have little ones who are also going through virtual learning. It's a challenge for everyone, but just be on the lookout, as Dr. Grays said. Check your HCCS email. Be sure you're checking that on a regular basis, because that's where all communications from HCC will be sent to you. Indra, what kind of support is available for students who may require special accommodations?
Sure. Dr. Grays, can you take that one, please?
I will. I'm happy to do that. So we have a the college, I don't know if many people are aware, but we have a wonderful team of experts, licensed professional counselors, as well as ability services counselors who work very closely with our faculty to identify any special accommodations, if that's provision for extended test time, as well as making accommodations for testing remotely, and any other provisions that a student may require. We're encouraging our students to reach out to the counselor. If you don't know who your counselor is at your college, you can visit the website, hccs.edu/counseling. It includes the list of counselors by location, as well as the lead counselors and all of our ability services counselors. They're excellent in what they do. They're very committed to ensuring that the students have all they need, especially in the current state of learning. So we're encouraging students to reach out to our counseling department, led by Dr. Manaz Kalani, and the fabulous team of licensed professionals we have on staff.
Absolutely. I could definitely attest to that because I've worked with Manaz many times on the events that they put together for our students, and they're a great group of people. And just as you said, you know, they're so willing to be there for our students, especially during this COVID crisis that's been going on. What other support services are available to students to ensure their success here at HCC? And I'll leave that open to either one of you.
Sure. So the entire Houston Community College family is here to support you in your educational journey. We have the following services online. We have virtual tutoring. So if you are struggling with any of your classes, please make sure that you take advantage of that. It's never too early to seek for assistance. Of course, we have our virtual lobby where we have admissions, advising, counseling, veteran support, and financial aid available to students. So please, visit us at the virtual lobby. We have the online library where students can, ask for books, and online student organizations. We're still looking at ways that we can engage our students. And last but not least, we have our COVID-19 resource page that we update constantly as we have more support and resources available for our students.
That's perfect. So students, you heard it from Indra here. All the resources that are available to you all during this time. It's important to be very well versed in what's going on because as we've been stating this since March, this is an ever-changing situation, and HCC will make sure to communicate the changes on our website and also through email. HCC also provides more than just an education. How can students get involved in clubs or extracurricular activities, even though it's remote at this point?
So you've heard Dr. Pelaez mention that we have online student organizations. I'm so remarkably proud of the work that our student life and recreational sports program specialists have provided this semester. They've got an entire calendar of really cool events that will keep students engaged both virtually, some limited, socially distanced, appropriate on-campus engagements like drive-in movie theater night. So be on the lookout for that. We're going to continue with the virtual recreational sports and health and fitness programming. So if you want to log in during the noon hour and participate in an active Zumba class, or if it's the push-up challenge, we're encouraging students to get involved. We're working very closely also with a number of our instructional departments to develop some co-curricular programming. We're excited about expanding our esports and e-gaming capabilities. So for you gamers, if you're interested, I'm encouraging you again, sign up or go visit hccs.edu/studentlife. They also have an Instagram and social media page. Follow them, click like, share, encourage your friends and your colleagues and your classmates to also take advantage of it. It's going to be a great semester, and we will not let COVID stop us from keeping our students engaged and excited about their journey with us.
Absolutely. Just from what Student Life was doing during our summer session, Carl Mays and all the other Student Life coordinators, I mean, they're fantastic. I mean, it's going to be a good time when Student Life is involved. And while we miss seeing our students on campus and interacting with one another, I mean, we're gonna do whatever we can just to continue some sort of normalcy through this time. Indra Paola and Dr. Shantay Grays, thank you so much for joining us on this morning's Up to the Minute. We really appreciate your time during this very busy first day back to school. Any last remarks you'd like to share with our students or inspirational quotes?
I'll let Indra go first.
Sure. I don't have an inspirational quote, but I do have an announcement. We have extended registration for regular term until tomorrow at 11:58 p.m. So if you're having enrollment issues, we still have time to help you and get you registered for regular term. We still have time to get you enrolled for the second STAR, which begins on September 21st. So please continue to, seek for support. We're here to ensure that you're successful, that you're taking classes according to whatever else is happening in your life. And don't hesitate to reach out. We're here to support you, and we wish you a very successful semester. Thank you.
Perfect.
Dr. Pelaez, you can see why she's the ABC of Enrollment Management and Success. I mean, she's very passionate about helping students and getting them enrolled, and committed to doing all we can to provide the support for them, as is the same with all of our student services professionals, our advisors, our counselors, testing, student life. Coupled that with the phenomenal faculty and all of the training that they've done, that they've committed to over the summer. We are here. We're all navigating this pandemic in a way that we had not thought. This is unprecedented. We had all hoped that we would be starting semester on campus, greeting you face to face. But it is still a pleasure for us to be able to do this, even in a remote environment. We wish you the best of luck this semester. Please do not hesitate to take advantage of all that the college has to offer, even in a remote environment. HCC is here to serve you, and we're here to do everything we can to ensure your success. Have a great semester. Thank you again, Brittany, for having us. It has been our pleasure to be able to serve.
Absolutely. Thank you so much again for you both joining us this morning. And as you heard it from Dr. Grays and Dr. Pelaez, we're here for you, students and faculty and staff. We can't forget you guys, because you also are at the core of what makes HCC tick. So everyone, let's have a great semester. Thank you, ladies, for joining us. Have a great Monday, and we'll see you soon.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
And heading over to Stafford for our Fort Bend news is Miss Raquel Sims, our Stafford producer, and she's joining us for our regular Monday segment, spotlighting new updates from our Stafford station. Good morning again, Raquel.
Good morning again, and thank you so much, Brittany, for having me on to highlight Stafford and the things that we're doing out here. Things are going great. As we still kind of push through the COVID and this pandemic, Stafford has grown closer than ever before. And so Randall Williams had a chance to, highlight the new inspiring mural that is called the Stafford Stronger mural. He had a chance to highlight that. And, it's really good to see the city just inspiring with art. And it makes me think of all like the cool detailing things that, is in the greater Houston area. So to see that mural come alive is just extremely important. So I hope y'all get a chance to look at that. We also had a chance to speak with Shauna Mishi and Samir Saber in regards to the new artificial intelligence degree program, as well as the drone courses and other cool courses that are being provided for students throughout this time. And I just love the element of, just the virtual reality and everything kind of adapting with the new norm and stuff. It's right on time. So students take advantage of those opportunities and really get, just versed in all of the things that, HCC has to offer you all. And also one of our other videographers, Fernando Ramirez, had a chance to speak with Skate Therapy, which is a local nonprofit in Fort Bend County that works with children with disabilities. They get them on the ice, provide so many different cool things to do. I don't know how to ice skate, but I've always wanted to learn how to ice skate. But when I featured them a year ago, I was just so inspired, and I was just like, oh my gosh, to see them on the rink and just really doing those cool exercises, it's really inspiring. So I hope everyone gets a chance to kind of see that footage as well. So Fernando talked with them to hear how they're still communicating with those students during this time. with children with disabilities, it's good to have that in-person interaction. So they've come up with unique ways to still engage with them, to let them know that they're there for them while being closed down. So that's pretty exciting. And then next week we are going to be speaking with the Boys and Girls Club of Houston as they speak about the Blue Learning Labs that they're providing for the city of Stafford and SMSD for those kids. When you go to the Boys and Girls Club, normally that's a child's outlet or somewhere where they can go to learn things and do creative things and stuff. And so to see how they adjusted during the pandemic to provide these Blue Learning Labs, and they've actually created something to where they can go to school. And normally it's like an after school program, but they've created something where students and children can come throughout the entire day. So we're excited to talk with them about that. So that's what we have coming up. If you aren't doing so already, please like and subscribe to our YouTube channel, which is HCC Stafford TV Studio. Follow us on Facebook as well, which is HCC Stafford TV Studio as well. And also on our Twitter, let me make sure I say this right, it's HCC SWTV Stafford. And I hope that y'all stay tuned with what we have coming up in our latest features. Thank you, Brittany, so much for having me on to share everything that's going on in Stafford.
Oh, thank you, Raquel. I mean, this is amazing things that are going on in Stafford. And I love the fact that, you share those highlights with us that we might not have been none the wiser. I especially love the skate therapy. I think that's such a beautiful thing, to see kids, on the ice, something that they might not have done on their own, but can do it as a group and just have a great time. And I think that's just so beautiful. And I can't wait to hear more from you next week on what's going on with the Boys and Girls Club.
Thank you.
Absolutely. So we only have one enrollment information session left. And I was just looking here on our live comments, and there was a question about, is there any campus open for new applicants? The answer to that question is no. At this time, all HCC campuses and buildings are closed due to COVID-19, and all staff members are working remotely. However, if you do have questions that deal with admissions, testing, financial aid, you should utilize this last information session that's happening tomorrow, which is Tuesday, August 25th at noon. You are required to register. So you can do so by heading to hccs.edu/information sessions. This is open to all new, current, and returning students. So if you have any questions, please attend this information session to have your questions answered by HCC staff. Again, that's tomorrow, Tuesday, August 25th at noon. Once again, you have to register hccs.edu/information sessions. Coming up next week, Raquel, we have our foundation scholarship application that is going to close. And I know students are definitely going to benefit from this tuition assistance. You're familiar with our foundation scholarship, aren't you?
Yes, it's just extremely amazing to see that being provided, for the students. And even though classes have started today, students will still have 1 week to apply for an HCC Foundation Scholarship. So students don't miss this opportunity. HCC provides a lot of resources for you all to access. So take advantage of it, of all of the great things. If you need tuition assistance, deadline is, like Brittany said, August 31st. And the website is hccsfoundation.org/scholarship. So don't miss this opportunity, students. It's a great opportunity.
It certainly is. And we heard it from Dr. Grays and Dr. Pelaez about rec sports. They're back. I mean, that's incredible. My husband's excited. If you can't hear that, he's in the room.
In full effect.
In full effect. That's right. But HCC Rec Sports is fun, fit, and they have free events that are back for the fall. Every day there's going to be something going on, including Welcome Back Eagles activities, which is happening today. So stay tuned for that. Wellness chats and Madden 20 Gamer League. It's incredible. So if you want more details on what's going on with Rec Sports, be sure to follow them on their Instagram and Facebook accounts, which is HCC Athletics. Okay. And also, if you have questions, you can email them at sports@hccs.edu. Raquel, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. We're going to come back tomorrow to talk about our centers of excellence with academic programs, starting with Dr. Ted Hanley, who's the Dean of Humanities Humanities and Liberal Arts. And also later, we're going to talk to Dr. Dejan Grigsby, our biology chair, who will be joining us. And then also later this week, we're going to hear from our architectural design and constructional COE, that is a mouthful, on their drafting and design engineering technology program. So anyone who's interested in the following or just anything that I just stated, be sure to join us tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. here on Facebook Live. If you missed it, no worries. It'll also be a playback on our Facebook as well as our YouTube channel. So Raquel, thank you so much for joining us this morning. It was a pleasure seeing you.
Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure seeing you as well. And thank you for the opportunity of being able to share everything that's going on in Stafford. Thank you.
Absolutely. You have a great Monday. And to everyone who's joined us on Up to the Minute, we appreciate you being here. Don't forget to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and also YouTube. Last but not least, share this podcast so that we can share this great information to everyone. And we'll see you tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. Have a great day.